Hi, I'm Christy Smith, and here's my persuasive speech. Here's my audience. Ugh, I don't have anything to wear today. These words were never spoken by me when I woke up every morning before school when I was in grade school and high school. This was never spoken by me because I had something to wear each day, and it was a school uniform. Wearing a uniform to school when you are a child really benefits your life. I had to wear a uniform to school every day for all of my grade school and high school years. Many of my friends went to school with me, so they also know what it's like to wear uniforms to school. Some of my other friends did not go to school with me, and they told me what it was like not to wear uniforms to school. Now, all of you have gone to either grade school or elementary school and high school, or else you want to be in college. So all of you know either what it is like to wear a uniform to school or what it isn't like to wear a uniform to school. One reason you should hear me out on why children should wear uniforms to school is because you may either already have children or one day you will have children. And obviously, you will all send your children to school once they're able to go. Now, you want to send your children to a school that benefits them the most. And children who wear uniforms to school have greater benefits than children who don't wear uniforms to school. Since I wore a uniform to school for 12 years of my life in school, and after doing additional research for this topic, I am convinced that wearing a uniform to school really makes a difference in a child's life. Now, not wearing a uniform to school can create a number of problems for children, such as bullying, distractions in class, lack of responsibility for parents, unnecessary competition among students, exclusion, and attitudes towards school. Since all of these things are already problems that occur in school on a daily basis, we want to reduce these problems by making our children wear uniforms to school. If your child wears a uniform to school, your life becomes much easier. By the end of this speech, I hope that everyone believes wearing a uniform to school is the way to go. I previously mentioned that there are a number of problems that occur in school already as it is. So we should not make these problems worse by adding another reason for problems to occur. One of these problems is bullying. An article on the statistics of bullying informed me that 10% of children are bullied all of the time. Now, I just can't believe that. But as we said, we want to reduce these problems. So, bullying can be a result of wearing different clothes to school. Children may be put down for not wearing the cool clothes, or they may even get made fun of for not wearing designer clothes. There are parents who can't even afford clothes for their children, and so they might have their children wear hand-me-down clothes from a brother or sister, or they might just be wearing old beat-up clothes. Now this can be very embarrassing for students, and it definitely allows them to become a huge target for bullying. Now, wearing different clothes to school can definitely distract children. A shirt a student is wearing in class may simply distract another student just because that student likes the other student's shirt. Another reason children should wear uniforms to school is because it gives a parent some responsibility in the clothes of what their children are wearing to school. Now, many parents don't really pay attention to what their children are wearing to school. If children wear uniforms to school, then parents have to pay attention to what they're wearing. If they don't, they may find themselves driving up to school if their child is wearing an incorrect uniform. Now, not wearing uniforms to school can create competition between students. Their clothing becomes an issue. People make fun of others for having different clothing, and children might get excluded from social groups for not wearing the right thing. Now finally, if students get to wear whatever they want to school, they may have an attitude that they get to do whatever they want in school too. Now we know this isn't true. We can't do whatever we want in school. We have to pay attention, listen to teachers, and learn. Now, if a student is wearing different clothing, it may make them have an attitude that is more relaxed. So they're not ready to pay attention in school. And the reality is that in the real world, many professions have uniforms as well. Take cops and firefighters, for example. And even if in a business people don't have a very particular uniform, they are always required to dress either business casually or dress very appropriate for work. Now, children need to realize this because this is where they're going after school. They're going into the real world. Now, wearing uniforms to school is not going to immediately cause all these problems in school to stop, but it can definitely help decrease these problems. Wearing uniforms to school benefits children more than it harms them. So the question is, why shouldn't we make all students wear uniforms to school? The answer is so simple. It's yes, we should make them all wear uniforms to school. They will make the lives of children and parents so much easier. Now, parents won't have to go and get up extra early to help their children pick out a certain outfit for the day, and they'll just have an outfit ready every single day. Now, this is so easy on the parents. And children will definitely benefit from this because they won't be embarrassed by different clothing that they have to wear or if they look different. Now, children will be less likely to be distracted in class if other children's clothing are the same as theirs. And parents will have to get involved in their children's lives according to school clothing because, like I mentioned before, they don't want to drive up to school an extra trip to bring their kids clothes. Also, no competition will emerge between students in clothing if they're all wearing the exact same thing. Lastly, when children are well dressed, they come to school with a great attitude. They're ready to learn and pay attention, and that's what we want in our children. And maybe most importantly, children feel like they belong in a social group when they are all wearing the same thing. In this case, the group is school. So it unites the children. Now, based on all of this evidence that supports the reason why all children should wear uniforms to school, it seems to me that wearing uniforms to school is the only way to go. Now, I ask you to consider all of my reasoning on why all children should wear uniforms to school. After this speech, I hope all of you believe that every child should wear a uniform to school. As I mentioned before, wearing different clothes to school can add to some serious problems. Now, socializing in school is already very difficult. We don't want to add to these problems. We should simply help decrease these problems by asking students to wear uniforms. Making children wear uniforms to school helps the lives of both parents and children. So it's a win-win situation. Now let's make a change and make all children wear uniforms to school. These children are the future, and their education is so important to our entire world. We want them to benefit from school as much as they possibly can, and we want them to go out there and create a great education in order for them to succeed in life. Thanks.